Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. Am I wrong for putting a stop to my 12-year-old daughter's period party? Period party? I would have hated to have a period party. Okay, celebrating a milestone, I see. My wife and I have two daughters, 7 years apart. 19-year-old was at college in a different state when this happened. Girls are very different. My 19-year-old is outgoing, even extroverted, loves meeting new people, trying new things, etc. 12-year-old is shy, a homebody, finds things she's comfortable with, and sticks with them. In fairness, 19-year-old was kind of like this until she was 16 or so. Maybe it's genetic. A couple months ago, 12-year-old comes to me in my home office, obviously upset, stammers a bit, then manages to tell me that she just got off her first period. I play the supportive dad, comfort her, and get her a box of sanitary pads my wife had bought earlier in the year, guessing this was going to happen sooner or later, and go over the instructions with her. She goes into her bathroom, does what she has to do, thanks me for my help. I got her some ice cream and Midol, told her there was nothing to be embarrassed about and she could always come to me for anything. Wife gets home later that day. 12-year-old tells her what happened. Wife starts crying, my little girl is growing up, etc. Then asks who should be invited to the period party. Why do you need to have a period party? Oh my god, the mom is kind of weird. 12-year-old immediately closes off, says she doesn't want a period party, doesn't want anyone to know. Wife tries to talk to her some more, but 12-year-old ignores her and goes to her room. Wife tries to enlist my aid in changing her mind, but I tell her she says she didn't want one, don't worry about it. Exactly! If your kid says they don't want it, then don't do it. If the kid wants a party, then you should go on with the party. If the kid doesn't want a party, then don't throw the party. It's that simple. 2 days later, I get home from running errands, and before I can even make it to the stairs, 12-year-old runs up to me and asks if she can do her homework in my office. I'm confused, but say sure, and she bolts upstairs. At this point, I started to suspect what was going on, and walked into the living room to find that my wife had not only decorated it like something which wouldn't have looked out of place on my super sweet 16, but there was several family friends, all women, and a few I recognized as neighborhood mothers. I beckon wife into the hall. She asks where 12-year-old is, and I tell her she wanted to do homework in my office. She rolls her eyes and starts to move past me, but I step in front of her. Me, what are you doing? Wife, going to get 12-year-old, it's her party. Me, she told you specifically she didn't want one of these. Wife, oh, she didn't mean that. This is an important time for a girl. She needs to know not to be ashamed of her body. Me, she's not. I already explained things to her. She just doesn't want to talk about it more. Wife, I don't expect you to understand, but this is just for us women. What do you mean for us women? It doesn't involve you. Your kid getting her period does not involve you. She actually tried to push past me, but I stepped into the doorway and completely blocked her. Wife, what's wrong with you? Me, what's wrong with you? You know how shy 12-year-old is? You knew she didn't want you doing something like this, and you did it anyway. Wife, I told you it's for her own good. We can't let her grow up with a negative attitude towards something so natural. Me, and we're not. I told you she knows what's going on, and she's getting a handle on it, and she doesn't want to talk about it with anyone else for right now. Wife, well, it wasn't your business to tell her about it anyway. Me, you were at work. Was I supposed to ignore her for 4 hours until you got home? Wife, you could have called me. I would have come home. Me, it still would have taken you an hour. She was upset. I knew what was going on. I talked her through it. Wife, you don't know anything about it. It's never happened to you. At this point, I gave up. Point to my wife. No, I've never had a period, but I had 3 older sisters and a live-in girlfriend before my wife and I met. Plus, we've been married almost 21 years. I'm pretty well versed. She again tries to move past me, but I don't move. Me, no, 12-year-old doesn't want this. I'm not letting you make her do it. Wife, fine, have it your way. She goes back to the living room and tells the other ladies the period party is off because I'm being a jackass. I lose it, follow her in, and let the women know calmly but in no uncertain terms that I appreciate what they wanted to do, but 12-year-old made it explicitly clear that she did not want this party, and my wife is trying to pressure her into it. Several of the mums frown at her. My wife starts to backpedal, talking about how she didn't think 12-year-old was being serious. But I ignore her and begin taking down the decorations. Everyone clears out shortly, and once the coast is clear, 12-year-old comes back downstairs. My wife gives her a half-assed apology, again saying she didn't think 12-year-old was serious. But 12-year-old also ignores her and just starts doing her homework in her usual place at the table. My wife was pissed at me for a week, claiming I undermined her authority as a parent. Your authority as a parent is to force your kid to have a period party? You don't deserve that authority then. Seriously, you don't deserve it. And make her look bad in front of the neighborhood mums by telling them she'd been doing this against her daughter's wishes. The dad did the complete right thing. He was sticking up for his daughter because his daughter didn't want a period party. That's it. Something so simple didn't have to cause like a big argument. right? It's like, oh, let's throw a period party. Oh no, I don't want it, mom. Okay, that's fine. You do you. Done. Right? But the mom was like, you don't want a period party? No, we must have a period party. Let me invite all the neighborhood mums right now. And it's crazy because the period party didn't even involve her friends. It was literally just the neighbors. Why are like grown adults throwing a period party for a 12-year-old? Okay. I mean, I do feel like we know who the period party was for the mom. Like, did she want a period party when she was little or something? And now she's just trying to push it onto her daughter. How weird. This dad is just amazing. Stuck up for his daughter the whole way through. What an amazing dad. You know, all kids deserve a dad like this. Am I wrong for telling a friend that a tattoo on her chest saying Forever Bryans is a deal breaker for most men, even though Brian has since passed away? Oh. I think they're right. I've got a friend named Ula that is relatively new as I've only known her for 4 years. She has a tattoo on her chest just below her collarbone that says Forever Bryans. I hope I'm not butchering the name. She got it when she was quite young, early 20s, about 15 years ago when she was engaged to her first love, who unfortunately passed away due to cancer, is my understanding. I don't know the history beyond that. It happened quite quickly and she got the tattoo after he passed away. Oh, she got it after he passed away. Then did she just think she was never going to find anyone else? Because she got it after he passed away, right? To like honor him. That was very sweet of her. Honestly, that's very sweet of her. I've been watching her date for about 4 years now, and the tattoo has consistently been a sticking point for the 3 or 4 or so guys that I've seen her with. Each one has said it differently, but they've always said that they'd liked her to get it removed or that it makes them uncomfortable enough to leave the relationship when it got serious. Last night, Ula and my wife were having a girls' night together, and I was downstairs enjoying some Baldur's Gate 3 when they came down and asked for a guy's opinion and harassed me until I put the controller down. I warned them repeatedly that if they asked me for a guy's opinion, that I would provide one, but it might be hurtful. So I asked the ladies if they remembered the movie Titanic. They both agreed. I asked them if they remembered what the core theme of the movie was. They both answered that it was a love story between Jack and Rose. So I told Ula, do you know who it wasn't a love story for? Rose's husband. Rose's husband married her, had children with her, stayed married to her for roughly 60 years and grew old together, overcame adversity and successfully had a long life together. But Rose didn't think of her husband or those memories together when she died 60 years later. She thought of Jack. All of that living that Rose and her husband did together meant little because in the end, when she passed over, she went to her first love, Jack. I looked at Ula and said, that tattoo is written confirmation that they're not your forever person, which is fine when you're casually dating, but what you're indirectly asking for when things start to get serious is if they're willing to sign up to be your Rose's husband. Wow. They explained that so well. That's crazy. I agreed that Brian has passed away over a decade ago. I agreed it wasn't fair. I agreed that they were stupidly competing with a dead person. I agreed that removing it won't change how she felt about Brian. My bottom line was this was a one guy's opinion on the matter, which obviously all her previous boyfriends to some degree agree with me on, as each one had raised it as a serious issue to them. I wasn't trying to start a huge argument, but that's basically what happened, so I tried a different approach and told her, look, not trying to start shit, but everyone wants to find the forever person. What you're doing is basically telling these guys you've already found yours and that's not changing, so they keep it casual for as long as they can. When you try to get serious, they leave to protect themselves because no one wants to be a placeholder and it doesn't help how aggressively you defend it. Shortly after, she passed out on the couch, much to my relief. In hindsight, this should have been a conversation to have while sober. So, was I too harsh? Was I an asshole? Even the next morning, she was slowly crying and committing to removing it, which I told her to talk it out with more than just friends and maybe seek out professional opinion before removing it. But I sure felt like a royal asshole. Oh, it really felt like there was no winning here, just a lot of hurt feelings and distant tragedy. Well, I think this person said everything, though. I mean, I like that. Yeah, he explained that so freaking well. It's the fact that she has it written on her physically. So, you know, every single time her boyfriends or future partners would see that, they'll be reminded of the fact that she still loves someone else and that her first love will forever be in her heart. So it's the fact that every single time they just see the tattoo, they'll think about it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if there was no tattoo, it wouldn't really be that big of a problem. Because there's no confirmation. But because she has that tattoo, it just confirms everything that they've been thinking of. And I think that's why most guys are just like, I don't want to be a placeholder. Which is understandable, seriously. And I feel bad for her too, because she did lose the love of her life. Right? And she will probably never move on from him, for sure. He will forever be the person in her heart because she lost him like that, right? And I feel like she should only remove it if she's just so ready to date again, right? She really wants to find her person again. But if she isn't and she's just comparing everyone to him, then she should just keep the tattoo and just continue dating casually. Yeah. That's so sad. I feel so bad for her, honestly. Or the one thing that she could do is just date someone with the name Brian. And then they'll feel special. But yeah, this person is not wrong for just telling them as it is. Because they did ask him for it. And he was like, you know, just to be safe, what I'm saying will probably hurt your feelings. And they were still like, yeah, tell me. So yeah, he's not wrong. And he was right. That's why. I just feel so bad. It must have been so painful for her to lose the love of her life. And she did honor him by getting that tattoo. Because she loved him so much. And she didn't ever want to forget him. I could totally see that. But now it's just hindering with her dating life. And I can see why too. I mean, if she is serious about dating and she really wants to find someone else, I think she should remove it and just keep him in her heart. Right. I mean, he will forever be in her heart anyways. So yeah. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.